What's good, YouTube? And happy Monarch Day! The Godzilla series is on Apple Plus. I can't wait to watch it tonight. I am so excited Godzilla people stay winning. But let's go ahead and get into today's Market Watch, starting with Black Friday sales up over at Gamer's Choice. And there is a ton to grab and a lot that is already going at this moment. Like, they have foreign singles, Europrint singles, English singles, and also accessories. So all these unique things made it hard for them to launch. They launched a little bit late if you were waiting. And yeah, a lot of things had great deals. Like, I remember selling one of these, definitely not near as mint, $800 for a 9, and then you put it in the cart and it's at least 15% off. And I also do want one of these blue eyes eventually, but there's still deals to be had. I'll even show one here that'll probably go like that I found, but they have so many cool things on the website. Within the English singles, you have top end modern, you have playable past format, and then same with pretty much all of it. It's one of the greatest selections I've pretty much ever seen at a really good discount. Now, my code does not stack, but the shout out is sponsored. When you do buy the sale, you support the channel, and I really like that I can work with James to make his sale like able to give more to you guys where I take less during the sales. I love working that with the sponsors for sure, and I see so many cool things that I'm tempted to grab during this myself. Like, going through a lot, I'm not the big star, like I'm the boomer who's going, wow, I remember these Book of Moons being so cool back in the day. The Metamorphoses, the GOAT format form, back when people used to think that was cooler than the English, so I'll take a discount. But look at this, PSA 9 Wing Kriebel Ultimate First. I'm very tempted to hit checkout on this, and if it doesn't sell by maybe tomorrow midday, I will take this deal, because $255 is the discount in the cart. The cart auto applies it, but look over here, TCG player lowest. The market price does it injustice because they're counting like mild play, light play sales. $277 lowest for first edition. That is definitely going to be probably better in the slab if you wanted to crack the slab on a 9. And I looked eBay, PSA 9's lowest are 350 some odd, I believe, shipped from overseas. So this Gamer's Choice sale, if you're going for old school collectibles, GX era stuff, old playable stuff, and modern is great. In fact, they have a bunch of those silver coins that people love to upcharge on eBay, like $65 from the YCSs, like the Blackluster Soldier, the DD Crow, those things. They have them all at like 35 or so, and you get the discount in your cart on accessories, and it's, I think, 25% off of those. So they have some of the best prices on those online, period, if you've been looking at collecting the YCS coins. And I finished out my collection during the sale myself. I just needed the gold BLS, and now I have all of those. That being said, let's go ahead and talk the current market with Valiant Smashers Day 1. Yeah, Valiants are still extremely crazily expensive. Oh my gosh, it's still like $400 for the deck. Now, some prices have calmed a little versus pre-sales, while others are starting to push the envelope, and I just feel like, 3 of these were at $100, 3 of these were near $90, 3 of each of these, and that's about 75-ish. It's going to get more listings through the weekend, probably through next week. This is day 1, but if the deck, the Centurions, really show promise, which a lot of people are hyping it, some people are saying it's overhyped, it doesn't feel the same as the OCG, we're going to have to really wait to see how it plays out, because people said that about Versus, and Versus still performed, but with 7 Ultras, a lot of people were turned off, and the deck didn't get the same traction, except in high rarity, where the prices really exploded and stayed up a lot of the time. So I don't watch this one, but it's causing so many buyouts on the market. Like, number 90 here is rebought out to its maximum in the last 3 months, when it has a guaranteed reprint. I can't even say guaranteed reprint over here. I was trying to hold back for the YouTube algorithm. Number 90 here, first card bolded, but I don't want to wait till February. I want to play it in the Centurions now. And, also people were hyping this for Horus and other decks, so that's where it's got the double, triple down buyout into its guaranteed reprint. But seriously, it's crazy to see stuff like this to me. There was a funnier buyout, though. The burger stuff got bought out, specifically the Ultra Nouvelles. I'm probably murdering it. Maybe it's the Y for the two L's. At table, ultra rare, all because of a Master Duel event. And people say Master Duel doesn't turn enough people to the TCG. Enough people enjoyed this during the ritual event to actually end up buying out both the collector and ultra, and it's spiking up in price. And I gotta say, I had a ton of fun playing against the decks, although I played burn during the event, but crazy. And also, we're so back, baby. The lowest of these is $42 now, back up from $30. The meme lives. I told you it's a better one than Snake Rain. People went for the collector rare Hungry Burger, up big in price. So yeah, Master Duel slammed the market for once. It's been a while. I think since like their ban list that combined OCG and TCG, and we saw bumps in the TCG. It's been a long time. This is an interesting one the Discord was pointing out. So Wanted Seeker of Sinful here, the spell, the quarter century rare, is nothing but big up, $180. But the regular version, if you bought in from the YCS Rescue Ace hype before Unchained unleashed itself and showed it's still got the chomps, yeah, you paid like 80 something, 75, 80 bucks, and now it is back down, 62, 63, because instead of like, oh, this is definitely the deck to beat, this is it, this is what you want to play, it's an option, it's not the full takeover people thought. And this is what YCS hype can definitely do, both live and die by price-wise on the card, and I'm a big fan of this getting cheaper, especially during the winter market where things usually cool off. We're not going to see as much coolant this year, most likely, but it's nice to see it just in time, despite the max rarity still doing so good. Speaking of max rarity, one of the cards doing the best in the rarity collection, although it's kind of, you know, evening out, is Infinite Impermanence at $6.9. Nice, about $70 here. Any card that people want playsets of that are going to revolve not only into formats, but be super relevant, I would think about getting those sooner-ish than later, unless they are super relevant in this format and that's what's keeping them, and then maybe wait for the off time. It's like watching Drone Lock back in the day, where the ultimate would come down like $70, all of a sudden, back up 90, 100, like for the ultimate rare. I could see a lot of these pulling that. I used to be somewhat of a vendor myself, and when I saw this, if I was still a vendor, I probably would have bought these instead of letting it make the market watch. But Vision Resonator, selling solidly for $4, okay. I mean, they're taking platform fees and shipping still, right? But also Soul Resonator here, going out of quantities, $2, pretty solid. Plenty of listings, just under that, $1.80, probably selling it to here and there. If my math's right, that's about $6, and if I bought the structured X 8 at a time, I'm barely paying over $6 a piece shipped to my front door. The math tells me that these are undervalued when just those two cards do it, and you have staples like Pot of Extravagance still in here, although, you know, you have other printings of these, of course, around. But yeah, other cards here, 8 listings now on this. This is starting to go too. I actually didn't notice that till just now. I should be looking at the top cards in a set when I'm trying to say, hey, it's a good idea using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. But that bulky shipping, they're taking a big loss on these, yet these are selling at $11 a piece pretty well. Math just don't make sense to me, and I think that's a pretty darn good deal if I'm a vendor, bro. This set has a lot of falling value, although Summon Skull's still up from when I shouted it out. It's hanging around that $6.50 mark. I just noticed, like, with the rarity collection out here, ooh, a shiny rarity collection. Oh, new cards. Oh, Age of Overlord, good. A lot of people started to let this go, and it's been nothing but down. Sorry to blow up your spot if you were waiting for it to go even lower. But yeah, these are as low as $13, $14 here, and that's pretty much the lowest it has been, period. So pretty good time to look at your Speed Duel secret rares from the recent set, as a lot of attention has gone the other way from it. And also, I just wanted to shout out from the Discord, somebody was talking about, I penny stonked this a bit ago at 10 cents a piece. Draco Aquestas appeared in so many feature matches as super poly target, although the guilty gear-freed gang is eating way better. I shouted that out when it was $1.50 to 2. Although I didn't pay as much attention to this penny stonk, it has 8 to 9x in price and is now about $1 a piece for near mints out of Ghosts from the Past. Now there's way more options on Draco Aquest overall. Nice looking options, Ghost Rare, Ultimate Rare, even a 10 Secret Rare, but the Ghost from the Past version is a UR, and it is doing pretty good for itself. And finally, I wanted to actually have a discussion real quick about cards that were not quarter century rared falling out as hard as they are. Access Code Talker, the lowest version is around 30 some odd dollars. The secret rare is actually near the Gold Ghost, but people were scared of that getting a reprint, and the OG secret is pushing up. But this has done nothing but fall because it was from such heights, like $500, $600, crazy prices, and it's around $300 now, and it's still huge for brains heads, anime players, people who got into the game around this being their boss monster, cover card of the set on top of it. And I started to look at these and saying, I think there's some things to watch Black Friday, although I would also pay attention to trends of how things are going and say, all right, how much longer does that keep falling? How much longer does it take for this to be relevant in the metagame again? Maybe a little takeover. Things like this are super interesting to me right now because while there is a lot of risk, there's some reward to be gained depending on the card. And especially over on the Gamer's Choice Black Friday sale, there are so many cool things over there. Seriously, check it out. I know it's sponsored, but I personally, when I see things I'll be shopping, I'm like, yeah, you better be going and checking that out.